with a week 6 update. So you can see they're doing really good. Um, just starting to fill out nicely. These are going to go outside in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from tomorrow, most likely. But it's going to be, within the next um, 17 days. I'll say that. So they're all doing really good. See how big these are the lemon ghostly jalapenos. See how they're a little bit taller of a plant. Almost like this. This is the lemon spice, the New Mex. So yeah, they are a little bit taller. um, but these are doing really good. They're just perfect size. Let me tell you something. For when these are going outside, I did start at the right time. I almost thought I might have started a little bit too late. Oh, and I got good news. This here was put there a week ago. You don't see a single fungus gnat on that sticky trap. No, no, no. So I put some out just in case. But yeah, last year we had fungus gnats galore. Not in the beginning, but after about 3-4 weeks, we seen quite a few of them, and then they just multiplied. They don't do any harm to the plants. I mean, people say they can hurt seedlings, but they just were annoying. They annoy you. So yeah, week 6, everything is doing excellent, and I won't have to up pot these, or I won't even really have to spread them out. But when in 2 more weeks, this tray will be full. It'll just be all green. You won't even really be able to see the spaces. You won't be able to see the pots. The leaves will be covering. They'll be all kind of hanging over. Um, when you harden them off, you want to kind of move them around a little bit, though, because you'll get leaves that are shaded by another leaf, and of course that's not good because you're putting in the sun, and you'll see when you go to plant it that one of the leaves starts to burn, and you're like, what's going on? Well, that leaf was covered when it was on the tray with another leaf. And we also got the Primatales. So, like I said, yeah, they're still slow. Look at the size; they're very small, especially these red Primatales, tiny. But like I said, they did pop late, so they didn't pop till, I don't know, at least 10 days after the other ones, maybe. So these are behind. But plus the Primatales are just, for some reason, they seem like they're a little bit slower to get going. So, but nevertheless, look at that's a caramel Primatale. Caramel Primatale. Seems like the caramels are actually outmaneuvering the red as far as growth. So yeah, so they're doing good. Today's a rainy day outside. See, I have them in the windowsill, and I have the lights on them. And they've been getting this kind of hybrid of sunlight and um, you know artificial light. Now here's my extras. Now this is where the problem comes in: is I have to get these things out. Um, I do not feel like up potting them. I'm gonna give them away. And the thing is that a couple people that I'm gonna give some to, they don't want them yet. So they kind of want me to hang on to them and you know leave them in the windowsill, kind of get them used to a little bit of sunlight, and they want to wait till they're ready to plant in their garden, and then me give them to them. And the only problem with that is that they're starting to get crowded in there. So they'll be all right for a few more days, maybe even another week. But 2 weeks from now, it's just going to be a jungle, and they're going to be fighting for space. Plus, they'll be root bound. So, but they're doing really good. And I may use some of these. I don't know. I go through when I get ready to go outside with stuff, and if I see something that just doesn't look good, if I get a peewee like this one, it's got a little messed up leaf right there. If that plant starts to look like it has some genetic problems, um, then I will just I'll toss it to the side and use one of the extras that just really did really good. So yeah, these are looking great. Yeah, I haven't even given them any fertilizer or anything. I just give them I water them a little twice a week. And one of the reasons that they're so lush and green and doing so well, um, They didn't have any transplant shock. So with the other ones, you guys seen that for a few days they stayed still for like a week, the same size, while these kept growing, and they were a little bit lighter colored, and that's just because I had transplanted them. They need to get used to that soil, and the roots needed to get going, and now they're all doing great. But yeah, that's the extras. So I don't know who I'm gonna give all these to. uh, I texted my growing partner and asked him if he had any problems germinating anything. He didn't get back to me yet, so I'm hoping that he got everything that I gave him to germinate all right, because I wouldn't want to give all these away and then have him not have something, because that's very much possible. So yeah, that's the week 6 update, and I'm very happy. I'm glad that I started as late as I did, because these will just be like this tray. See how you can see all those pots and that dirt? In 2 weeks, it's going to look like that. It's just going to be all the plants are going to be growing over top each other. They'll be fine, but there won't be hardly any space in there, and it'll be time for them to go outside. That's the time. So, yeah. So that's it. Week 6. I am more than happy. I can't complain at all. Like I said, I was worried. I mean, a lot of them popped late, and last year I started my seeds in January. But like I said, I had to up pot them again in the bigger pots. I had to top them. Then I had to double top most of them because they just took off. And so it was good for the top ones, anyways, when I didn't have to harden them off. So that was great. I mean, it was just throwing them right outside, which was awesome. But besides that, yeah, it was just, it's too much. Doing all that extra work, you're spending an extra month and a half tending to plants and using extra electricity and everything. I didn't see the benefit of it. Now, I will say this, that, last year when I started those plants early and all that other thing, I did get pods a little bit earlier than normal. um, some of them, there was some from a couple overwintered plants uh, that produced a little bit early. And then I started having stuff come on here and there because the plants were, they were mature faster. So it will take a little bit longer this year because I didn't start as early. But you're only talking about a week or 2 week difference. Let's say 2 weeks to be safe. So I'll be 2 weeks behind having fresh pods. That's about it. Um, the good news with that, the good news is that my plants will have a longer life cycle. So they you can keep them going, no doubt, for quite a while. But me, I do not fertilize them. I put organic blood meal and organic bone meal in the soil when I plant them, and that's it. I don't do anything else. If I have some tiger bloom laying around, sometimes I'll have a little bit, and I'll use it once, which you don't really need if you because you got the phosphorus from the bone meal that's in the soil. But that's it. So my plants last year they started burning out. Uh, in September they were starting to turn yellow. They still had pods, but they get that they're getting a deficiency. They're not getting enough nitrogen. But the thing is also it's just their time. You've had them things going since January. So because I started these later, these will do good. And I can always sprinkle a little bit of blood meal on the top of the soil. Um, I don't know, maybe early September, and I've heard that can actually keep them green and you know keep them going a little bit longer. But either way, I'll have pods right up until you know end of October, early November, no doubt. So that's it. Week 6 update. Thank you guys for watching.